Welcome back. Welcome back to I Only Listen to 90s Music. Oh, it's been a good week. Good week. Shout out to everyone. People appreciating the love. Mr. Subway was a hit. Is a hit. I had 3 people call me personally and say we are the most ridiculous people, but great booking agents potentially because people would show up to see Mr. Subway.
Hey, what?
Mr. Subway.
It's gonna be a hell of a sing-along that night.
Shout out to my cousin Rodney. He texted. He said, "Does Bobby in this situation? Does Bobby Valentino get paid the most since he has solo stuff?" That was his one question he had. That even before we go on our topics, he was like, "Y'all didn't address Bobby Valentino because he technically could do it by himself."
Yeah.
Yeah, so he would get a little bit extra money because of his solo stuff.
Okay. He was saying we could just have him just do Subway music and Mr. do Subway's music because people don't know what Subway looks like. So Mr. can actually just do their songs. They come out with Kangos on.
Yeah, we just remember with Kangos and varsity jackets.
And sunglasses. Like, people wouldn't even know the difference. Who knows what the guys from Subway actually look like? I was like,
there was Michael Bivins' nephews.
I was like, nobody did it. It sounded like identifiable thing. Like,
you just said some shit. Because I can't even tell you their names.
I don't remember. I just remember the 2 songs.
One of them on Instagram, and I have a folder with like all the people we want to interview, and I reached out to him on Instagram as one to do, but someone had said, yeah, this the dude from research, this the dude from Subway, and I was like, this random dude named Chris. I was like, went through his thing, and he's like, yeah, I remember me and the boys did this.
It's always a nigga named Chris in a group.
Chris and Mike.
I'm saying it's always a Chris or a Mike. Like that's just you have 4 or 5 dudes together. One of them named Chris, and at least one of them got to be named Mike. There's no law, just the law of black men.
Yeah.
Does that change for the generation after us though? Like,
yes, it does.
Okay,
it does. Just like it's some things just happen that way. Just like if the guy is mixed, his name is probably Jaden or Caden
now
or Aiden. Nowadays. So before it was Cameron.
Okay, so I found the names of everybody from Subway. Keith Thomas is the lead singer. Then his brother. Okay, what is Trerail? Is this Terrell?
You said TRE.
Then Rail, RAIL.
Trail.
Trail? Is it
Trail?
Is it Trail?
I don't know. Trail.
Probably Trail. I don't know.
Not Trail. Trail. And then Eric and Roy. Those are the members of Subway.
Niggas ain't named Roy no more.
No, that's an old name.
I got a partner named Roy. Shout out.
I know a nigga named Roy, but you not getting somebody born after the 80s named Roy.
No new Roys.
I know new Roys.
And unless he a junior.
And my partner a junior.
My partner a junior too. My boy Roy a junior too. And his son's a third. His son a third. That's
it. That's the only way those names keep going.
There's no original Roys born after 2000.
Nope, ain't no original Roy. It's gonna be Roy something. Like
you ain't even gonna see Lee.
Who has a daughter named Roy Nisha.
Not even Elroy or Leroy.
There's a Roy Nisha out there.
So it's Subway. I knew it was a name that was. So it's Subway _ Eric was the guy that I reached out to from Subway on Instagram. For people, hit him up, telling me I check his DMs. I'm in there asking if he want to come on the show.
Like
now, keep in mind, Eric from Subway is not one of the main singers. No disrespect to him. We're not gonna get. He's just one of the other 2 dudes in the back that was just
I mean, it was kind of like the Teenage Jodeci because it was like really just the two dudes singing, wasn't it?
I thought it was one.
It was just one. Okay, because it was the one dude that sang with them high notes.
Yeah. Oh, so maybe that's Keith and.
It was because it was one dude come in singing all high
on fire.
Yeah.
Fire can still get the party going.
100%.
That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. That is a good song. I was 14. I shouldn't have been feeling that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the song, it just did something to you.
Oh, I found the other one. So it looks like everyone from the group Subway there, because I found Trey Rail is Subway _ Trey Rail. So is it going to be Subway _ Keith for another member? Maybe they trying to cook up something. Maybe this Mr. Subway thing is closer than we think.
We just need to get the group chat going with them and Bobby Valentino and be like, hey,
what we gonna do about Bobby?
We got an idea.
Like, who's taking a pay cut for Bobby to be able to get down?
Like, we don't have any money to help y'all put this together. Right. But if y'all just want to come on here and just sing for a couple of minutes, we'll do it. We can't we can't offer you nothing at all, but the people want it.
We just want to give you your flowers because we really like the music.
Give the people what they want, and this is what they want.
Yeah, I'm saving all these. Subway Trey, man, I got to get him on just to see him, have him pronounce his name correctly for me.
Well, now I gotta. Now I'll dig through his thing and see if at any point, like, there's a video of him saying his name.
Yeah. What if he just said, like, he just spell it out? Yeah, this TRAUL.
That's the way he pronounces his name.
He spell it out every time. Like, what was that rapper? Mr. Servon.
Mr. Servon.
He used to spell out it.
Yes.
That is funny. That is very funny.
All right, let's get into our topics for the evening. All right. What do y'all think about this? Will Smith is back. New project came out last Friday. Have any of you all had a chance to listen to it?
Nah, I just seen the clips. You know, I seen the clips of like some of the freestyles or something. I'm not really checking for Will Smith music, honestly. Not since summertime. I wasn't really checking for it during the Jiggy era, even though they was hits. I honestly haven't really been checking for music from him since summertime.
Hold on. So you said you ain't been checking for it since 92 then?
Right. I mean, the Jiggy era was fun, but I was like, I was just waiting for the movies.
There's a whole generation of people who have no idea that he rapped whatsoever, right? Complete total generation of that. And with Summertime, I wasn't even looking for Summertime. Like, he gave us Summertime. Like, again, this is when they would stop TV.
Was it an after episode of Fresh Prince?
Yeah, it was like episode of Fresh Prince, and
like
then
the
they
season finale or something.
Like, and that's how you find. I mean, they just like they used to stop music for stop TV for a Michael Jackson video. It was a big deal, right? Mm-hmm. And so we can all agree that it's a classic song, right? No one knew that it was going to be. I'm sure he didn't know. Well, yeah, I don't think he didn't know. No, you never know what's going to blow up. Right, and it's a classic song. But as far as music,
I get a chance to go to the link there. We may not be getting Trey Rail anytime soon.
Shit balls. So the idea, I think, with Will, all of his songs started just being songs for his movie soundtracks. So Wild Wild West, right?
Men in Black.
Men in Black, and even with Getting Jiggy with It or Miami, like it wasn't.
It wasn't Fresh Prince.
It wasn't Fresh Prince. This is Will Smith. So it wasn't the same. Like, the vibe was different. But hey, look, get your money, black man. Get your money. Like, that's that. Like, get your money. Don't let me slow you down. I'm not looking for this. I don't like. I mean, I've seen some clips of him rapping, and again, I've never felt like he couldn't rap. Like, I've never felt that way. But I do like. And I think I put the link in for. him reaching. He did an interview with Sway in the Morning and talked about how he reached out.
I would play it, but they bees are snatching. They wanted them people that bees are snatching.
Well, hold on, wait a minute. So what I can do? Let me do this. I can read what he said.
There we go.
That's what I can do. I can read what I said. He said, before I started, I made 2 phone calls. I talked to Jay and I talked to Kendrick. I was like, hey, I want to get back into music. What's the advice? Jay said, don't fake your story. He was like, you got to say what's true to you. He said, you'll be looking at the younger rappers and you want that to be true for you, but you don't live like that. He was like, be true to your story. Tell your story. That's where you got based on a true story from Jay. And then he said, and Kendrick said, man, just say that shit. You've always been fucking scared to say. Basically the same thing. Be honest. It was scary. He said, make the record you want to make. Don't try to make the record that you think people will like you for. Make the one that's authentic. And what I will say about Will, and I always say it and nobody listens to me, but Will is very, very aware of his image. And he protects his image at all times and at all costs. So that goes into his family dynamic, relationships, all of that. So when people are always like, I'll stand for Jada. Well, people will be like, oh, well, Jada's doing this and Jada's doing that. And it's like, y'all don't realize what she sacrificed for him. Or like, just again, there's an image in his head of who he is, what his family is supposed to look like, what his house is supposed to look like. And that's what he wants to have. And anything that strays away from that tears him up inside, period. And like, there's a story Jada has told, Jada has told it, and Will talks about it in his book. But of course, nobody listens to Jada, but Will repeats it, then yeah. But they said when Willow was really young, she was sitting on Will's lap and she looked at him and she was like playing with, like touching his hair, and was like, poor daddy, he has an image in his head of his family and it's not us. Like, it's something like along those lines, right? Like, I'm paraphrasing, but that's essentially what she said. And that's the reality, is that he has this dream in his mind of what his family is supposed to be, but that's not the family that he has. And so again, so the idea of him being truthful, being honest, don't do what you want people to like you for, what you think people are going to like, be you. Like, that's some deep ass shit to say to him, because that's not kind of like the way that he's lived. But I tell everybody, go read the book. And if you don't like to read, listen to the audio version of the book, which is actually a little bit more entertaining because he raps and sings on it. But listen to Will's words, not the paraphrasing of anything. It's listen to his words about his life. And like I said, when Jada was like, I never wanted to be, I never saw myself being married, blah, 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 blah. And people be like, hey, she didn't even want to marry his ass, blah, blah, blah. And it's like,
she just didn't want to be married in general.
It had nothing to do with him. She knew, and it's weird to say traditional marriage, right? The idea of what marriage is for some people, or even back in the day, right, is the woman is a submissive woman and she's a stay-at-home mom and she doesn't do this and she doesn't do that. And she cooks and she like this June Cleaver thing. She didn't want to be that. She had no desire to be that. She had actually bought a farm, like upstate, like in New York, like on the East Coast somewhere. And that's where she wanted to go. Or the house that he ended up buying for them. He's like, I bought this house for you. And she was like, no, you bought this house for you. I didn't want this house. Like, I didn't ask for this at all. You bought this house for you. Her birthday party, her 40th birthday, I think. It was this huge party that he threw for her and all this stuff.
I remember. Yeah.
And they end up getting into it really bad about it. But essentially, you threw this party for you. You didn't throw this birthday party for me. You threw this party for you to be able to show everyone what you did for me. It wasn't for me. So again, There's an image in his mind that he's very, very, very aware of his image, and he wants to maintain that image. So the Will that got up and smacked the fuck out of Chris Rock is Will Smith. That's Willard Smith. That's who that is.
Like, from West Philly.
Like that's Will. That is Will from West Philly that got up and smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. And then everybody said, "Oh my God, I can't believe that he did that." I can't. Go read his book. Like that, he's even talked about like the only other like a fight that he had a long time ago, and just how angry he got, and like how he feels like he almost blacked out because he would. But again, if you are someone who's trying to always keep your composure and you hold it all in, some point you're gonna blow. So there's that part. But anywho, yeah, no, I'm not. If I hear a song and I like it, I'll listen. I'm not digging to go. I'm not in search of it.
Yeah, I would love him to do some with Jazzy Jeff. I know that the intro I saw had Jazzy Jeff on it, but or maybe they just ain't gonna be cool with each other. I mean, they are cool. I mean, before somebody gets in, I mean, they cool. I'm just saying on a musical level, they probably not as meshing no more. Maybe Jazzy Jeff, like, man, I'm not trying to do what you want, Will. I'm trying to like produce the like Jill Scott next single, like, and he's just in a different place with. So I do have a Subway update since I'm going down a rabbit hole with Subway. Hey man, the dude Keith is like a big deal though. Keith, the main singer, he's Brian Michael Cox's like writing partner.
Okay.
And it's, I don't know if you guys heard about this big party in Atlanta called, it's like Ladies Love R&B. That's him and Brian Michael Cox.
Okay.
So you have Trey Rell that has 15 followers on Instagram and then has some little other troubles. And then you have Keith Thurman, who was a record producer and did well on his own. So we got to figure out this Subway situation.
He on the episode of R&B Money?
Yep, he ended up being, but he didn't talk about Subway.
I was like, he didn't even mention it. He didn't even mention
that's the thing. That's why I had to refirm it. I was like, is this the same Keith?
Yeah, because he was talking about the parties.
Yep. It is that is the same one from Subway. Now that makes me think that there was some issues within Subway that he did not want to talk about. Because they
had to be, because they only had one album.
Yeah, and 2 major singles.
Yeah, and it was with Michael Bivins, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, but Biv 10 Entertainment, nigga, like just
them books was.
I'm just saying, the East Coast family ain't never really with the
because the white boys ain't never come out.
Never.
That was in the Boys to Men video.
With the exception of Boys to Men,
and ABC.
Nicole Brown did have a career after that.
I mean, yeah. Well, so I mean, ABC, like, luckily, like, yeah. They're her group, but then, like I said, with ABC, at least he set them up with what did he do? He got them all like trust funds or like bank accounts, whatever, right, to make sure that they were straight, like, years later, which is an amazing thing to do. And definitely kudos to him for doing that, because most people wouldn't have done it or been, so at least even if, like, hey, like, your shit didn't work out.
What if DOC never got into that car accident? What if Ice Cube didn't leave NWA? What if the Game never leaves G Unit? What if Teddy Riley never moves to Virginia? What if we got that J. Cole and Kendrick album? What if the RZA would have never had that flood? How would the hip-hop world sound today? Welcome to Hip Hop What Is, the podcast where we dive into the biggest what could have beens in hip-hop history. From iconic album delays to game-changing partnerships that never happened, we reimagine the culture we love and explore its alternative paths. And you are now at Hip Hop What Is.
But guess what? When you turn this age, you got something, and that's definitely commendable. But Biv 10, bruh. Hell, even like
he had 702, didn't he?
Making a Band.
I'm sorry.
When Diddy was doing Making a Band, when Mike Bivins be there and trying, where all them niggas at?
Yeah, but he had 702. He had 702 too. They were part of Biv 10. That was that.
The Pee Wee All Stars.
Yep, I was just gonna say that. That was that. Well, remember, little Chris and Neef, not the Chris and Neef
from Rockefeller.
It was these other two kids. They used to be on Apollo all the time. It was a little 5-year-old kid that used to DJ, and his boy rapping. Y'all remember them? He signed them. I forgot those. I think it's little. Was it? Hold on. I think it's little Chris Apollo.
I know you're talking about because the one was in that Alicia Keys video, Woman's Worth.
Yep.
It's funny because as soon as I typed in Biv 10 Entertainment, one of the videos that popped up was his Biv 10 Entertainment goes to the Apollo featuring Boyz II Men. There's another one featuring MC Brains. First and foremost,
Oochie Coochie.
where's MC Brains at? Oochie Coochie, la la la, Oochie Coochie. Like, that was my shit.
He was from Cleveland too.
I remember everybody thought Genuine was MC Brains. That's MC Brains. When he came, you remember MC Brains? He changed his name.
He is on Instagram. He is on Instagram, active on Instagram.
All right. Well, I'll DM him later.
Don't do that.
Now I gotta DM MC Brain, see what he talking about. So I gotta give me something to do.
Next up, let's jump into this topic that Stacey brought to us about the drama on the set of Thea.
Here we go now. When we signed Brandy, I think Thea was there. They just didn't tell me about it because they thought that we would pull out of the deal if we thought that she was doing too many things at once.
I've been working hard, 2 jobs every day.
Thea was basically about Thea Vidal, a single mother who's raising her kids.
Denise, are you going to be on the phone long?
What? They broke up?
I need to study for my SATs.
And I'm trying to get the scoop on Gary and Yolanda.
The energy on the set in the beginning was like a fairy tale. We ate lunch together. She talked to me. She told me about her first kiss, and she told me one time, she said, my mama says you're my other mama. I said, yes, I am. And then it got a little ugly. This is real serious right here.
There was tension and fights on the set.
She said Thea wasn't really that nice.
A couple times she forgot her script, and that would get on my nerves.
What you want? Baby, I got it.
When she was singing on the set, Thea Vidal told her, said, when you get your show, you sing.
It's 4-letter ring, oh yeah.
But you on my show, don't sing.
When you are acting in the front of someone who, soon as they say cut, curses you out, and then you got to come right back and get right back in character, that's dry.
Mama, you home? Could you smack Jarvis for me?
Well, I'd love to. Can I practice on you?
I remember one time.
Excuse me, can I please talk to you for a minute?
There was some kind of disagreement between Brand and Thea, and Brand told Thea, she said, I just want to work. And can you consider me a co-worker? Because I'm trying to just do my job.
Sonia had trained Brandy to stand up for herself, and I think Thea wasn't always accustomed to children being outspoken and expressing their point of view.
Teenagers are not the greatest creatures on the face of the earth, especially if they're female.
I couldn't leave her on that set alone.
Brandy's mom was always there. Thea wanted to feel the control of the situation, and she felt when Sonia came in and dealt with Brandy, it took away the focus.
Every day of her life on that set was miserable.
That was Thea's first show, and there was a lot on her shoulders. I mean, she had to carry the show, but she pulled it off the best she could.
That experience taught her that you gotta be strong-willed, you have to be tough-skinned, and you have to be focused on what you can become and about what you have to do.
It taught her that this is the business. This is what it's all about. Sad to say, but you gotta get ready for it.
Brandy was a teenager, and she was going through and Sonia and I, whatever we went through, that's in the past. And even God can't change the past.
We did complete our full season, so after that you wait and you find out if your show is getting a pickup for the following season.
I would say that if you have tensions on a show, the show is on its way out.
I got a written notice that it wasn't being picked up.
The cancellation was sad. but
When the show was canceled, Brandy went on to do her music.
She was determined that recording was going to be her first.
All right, I'm assuming that's going into the rest of stuff with Brandy.
Yeah, the rest was history.
Yeah. I believe everything from both sides.
Yeah. Don't come on here singing on this. This show is Thea.
This ain't Brandy's show. but the thing is, so the funny thing is with that episode of her coming down the stairs, I specifically remember that episode. I can tell you everything that happened on that episode, and I have not seen it since it aired at that time. Right? It like Thea was supposed to go see the Temptations, and not the Temptations. Yeah, wait a minute.
One of them groups,
whatever, right? That's what it was. So she ended up not being able to go. So her kids performed for her. So Brandy comes down, she sings Respect. Jason Weaver, he sang as well. And then I think at the end, let's say the little what's the song? The Way I Feel About You, like the uncle or whatever, right? He sang that. Everybody sang on the show that night. And like I absolutely loved it. And I always remember it because Samantha's boyfriend could sing. And he had an attitude that we were all over Jason Weaver. He's like, yeah, I'm so weird. Blah, 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 blah. So, but it's, was Jason singing? Did he get to sing on the set?
I thought he did.
That's what my point is. You're mad at Brandy for singing on the show. Did Jason walk around singing? Because at that point he had already done the Jackson 5 movie,
and he was about to do the Lion King.
I think if he hadn't already,
he had probably already done it.
If he hadn't already done the Lion King, so
he was probably recording Love Ambition.
I'm just saying, like,
hey, low key, he might have been. Let's see. I think that's 95. I think Love Ambition 95.
That was 95. Yeah.
And Thea was 93?
93, 94.
Like, Thea came out, premiered September 8th, 1993, and ended February 16th, 94. They did 19 episodes.
Yeah, they didn't even get a whole season.
No. And what's crazy is somewhat Miss Pat, I think career-wise, Miss Pat took off where Thea kind of left off at. If you talk about the style of comedy, even a TV show, just the way she presents herself is basically Thea, like a younger Thea,
a more hood Thea.
Yeah,
a little more hood.
Yeah, it's just know I respect the hustle of Miss Pat. I respect the hustle of Miss Pat.
The stories.
It's a lot for me. But 94, Jason was already young Simba. So like I'm saying, like he had already
You see, that's why he wasn't even on them interviews.
Yeah, like I said, he did the Jackson 5 movie in 92. So like did he not get to sing on? Like, I'm sure he was walking around singing on set too. That's all I'm saying. But it's a shame that the show didn't make it. It really is. Because I'm thinking, because the first time I didn't know Jason could sing until Jackson 5 movie, but the first time I'd seen him was on The Long Walk Home, that movie.
Is that the Oprah movie?
Oprah's not in it. Whoopi Goldberg, Erica Alexander's in it.
Okay.
Jason Weaver is in there. Bing Rames is in it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Long Walk Home. It's a good movie. It's crazy, but it's one of my favorite childhood movies. It's about the Montgomery bus boycott is what it's about, but he didn't sing in that though. Either way, I believe everybody's side. I believe that Brandy was a teenager going through some shit and probably doing too much. I believe that Sonia Norwood was on that set probably possibly cussing somebody out when she found out that
Brandy not remembering her lines.
Right. Like I believe everybody's everything. I don't think anything that was said was untrue. Like there's nothing that was said by one person that contradicts somebody else's story. It's like it's just everybody telling the same story from a different
point of view.
Right, like you was on the left and I was on the right, but we both saw the same shit. And like so, yeah. And then next thing you know, like Brandy went on to do her own albums and become America's sweetheart for some reason.
Right, and then she didn't even sing on Moesha.
No, to the people like.
I mean, she sang the theme song. I'm just saying that's her character.
Right, I'm just saying, like, like people liked Moesha because she thought she was deep and wrote in a journal. I just don't. I literally I never ever attempted to tune in. Like I was like, I'm not watching that shit. I'm out here riding around and getting it. I'm not finna sit down on Moesha.
I caught the reruns because I wasn't finna stay up to like 4 a.m.
Look, I used to tape it. And then and it's because UPN used to come on like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
On I believe it was on 11, I think.
Channel 11.
Yeah. So, but if the baseball game or something on 11 went over and it was timed on the tape, you could miss part of the shows. So, like, I would tape that. I don't know if y'all remember the show Good News.
I remember Good News.
What was my other one with Terrence Howard and Miguel Nunez and James Avery? Sparks. So if you was getting only part of the show, if anything went over, that thing was starting at 2 and ending at 3. So whatever 2 shows you missed at that time, if it went over, you missed them. So it's some episodes I only saw half of Sparks, or half of Good News, or half of Moesha for a while.
I just looked up Good News, and as soon as I saw the picture, I was like, I've seen that. Like, I remember, but I don't remember because it had one of the sisters from Amen on it.
Yeah.
Yep. And she basically plays the same character almost.
She's the same, the church lady.
Yep. She just basically, I think it's Roz is her name, or Roz is I think her name. And she just moved over and basically she just became the head of the mother's board from on Amen to the head of the mother's board, the new church.
That was a spinoff, or she just
okay. No. I'm just saying that she just basically upgraded her mother's duties because she was younger as a church lady on Amen. Now she was the mother of the
her and her sister.
Yep.
Good old song.
Yeah.
You heard the theme song from Amen and almost get into the spirit. You can't like you low key gotta turn it off so that you can enjoy the show.
Hey, look, I forgot who is it somebody? Is it the Pointer Sisters? Somebody did the theme song. I thought that was known.
Clark
yeah, it's somebody.
Turn on the lights and set me on the right. Vanessa Bell Armstrong. It says did the opening theme. Hold on.
I thought you was going to say Vanessa Bell Calloway.
That part. So wait a minute, and then here's the thing, and I had to. Well, that's why I say wait a minute, because it took me a second for my mind for it to not be Vanessa Bell Calloway. I'm like, did she? Girl, I know she was. Yeah, but yeah. So she. But that's who sang it. But yeah, that song is everything. Yeah, with the start, Amen, with Clarence the So Fine, aka Bumper Robinson.
Look here, that's one of those words of Waldo's for real too. Like he just pops up and does animation stuff.
Yeah, because I haven't seen him since the game. When the game, that's the last time I'm.
And that's got to be what, late 2000s, mid 2000s,
like 2010, something like that. Yeah.
He does a lot of like he keeps a check, okay. Like he keeps it rolling. He does, like you said, he mentioned the voiceover work, so he does a lot of voiceover stuff. That was the thing I just saw. He was on like he's done some stuff on American Dad. What's the thing I just saw? Something else he was in. It's gonna drive me crazy. Yeah, he's done a lot of voiceover work. So like I said, Bump Robinson, that man been cashing checks since the early 80s.
Pre-summer.
Listen, and it's that craziness of Hollywood royalty. So, like, yeah, first I got him credited in 1983 on The Jeffersons. He had 2 episodes on Hill Street Blues, 83, 84. He was on 3 episodes of Webster. And I think the very first time I saw him was on Night Court when he played Leon. And he had a recurrent, like he had a role on there, like he had a recurrent role on there. So that's 85.
Yeah, it's like 40 years later.
Yeah. So it's a been cashing.
Did he do any movies? Like any big movies? I just remember him from TV, mostly TV.
I don't think he did.
No.
I mean, I know he probably did some TV movies, like.
Yes, but nothing to write home about.
Okay.
Like it's some films that he's been in, but everything else has been like made for TV movies, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, White Man's Burden. That's right. He was in that. He played one of the kids of Harry Belafonte in White Man's Burden.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's like that's who. Like that's the interview I want.
Bumper.
Yeah, but unfortunately, like you thought it was bad with Garfield.
It's through the roof with Bumper. Bumper was first, or the other was old boy from Sandlot.
Brandon Adams.
Very good question. I'm glad you asked.
Basically, Stacey got a type. The curly head, brown skinned dudes. Man.
Yep.
Not too light skinned.
No, not at all. You still gotta be melanated.
But the hair gotta be just right.
Yep. You gotta
not
be
too dark, not too light, little caramel.
Maybe his mama's Puerto Rican. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like, and I'm laughing. His big Sips hair is better than mine. Like, and he's and my mother absolutely made a comment about how she was so happy that her grandkids was gonna have good hair. And that's why I'm crying, because
so Brandon Adams is first then.
Like it's funny. It's like when we talked about that before. Though, I told you, like I said, if he had like a little curly box, like it was just something about. But no, first, like I don't know if Brandon Adams was first. It might have been actually Hakeem from The Boys. I think Hakeem was actually.
He just turned 50.
Bruh. Yeah, like I think it more than likely was Hakeem from The Boys, and
so Hakeem, Bumper, Brandon, Garfield.
Yeah, because Garfield was later on down the line.
Yeah, Garfield
was by middle school.
Yeah, that's by middle school. But yeah, and then and whoever the light skinned dude was in Perfect Gentleman.
You know whose son that is, right?
I do know whose son it is. Like I'm sitting here laughing. Like I just
hold on. You know that's Maurice Starr's son. Maurice Starr, for those are the people that discovered New Edition and they came back with $5 in their pocket. That's
right. And he discovered New Edition and No Kids on the Block.
Right.
To his son, and what was Perfect Gentleman? Was the name?
Yeah, Perfect Gentleman is the son's group. He was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna put my son on them now."
Yeah, and then so essentially, like so the boys from Boston. So he treated New Edition like shit, but with New Kids on the Block, he basically took that and put it into New Kids on the Block.
And cheated them too, so he ain't racially ambiguous. He gonna get everybody.
He got everybody. And the fucked up part is, from New Kids on the Block, I was in love with Joey McIntyre, who had curly hair. So it's just...
Hey, hold on. Maurice Starr basically marketed you. Oh, did you have Ralph in your thing too? Ralph Tresvant? No, never Ralph. Okay.
No, so New Edition was too
old.
They were too old. So like I really was like I was very age appropriate with my crushes, I'll say. Like it was definitely, and at most, like if I was like, you know, like if I'm 8 or something, like the guy probably would have been like in middle school. So like, you know, you're watching Saved by the Bell, I like Slater. But like, you know, like it wasn't like I didn't think I could pull Slater, you know, but it's like it still was just something that I was able to watch on TV and see. But that is hilarious. Damn, I gotta type. Shit. I didn't realize that. Like, and because the thing is, if you see the guys that I've dated, you'd be like, "What the fuck is your type?" Because like nobody looks.
What? Well, the crushes.
Yeah, the crushes are all
your crushes.
Like, that is funny as hell. Oh man. Well, I got something to talk about in therapy this weekend, so let's move forward.
Now Maurice Starton is new. He is managing another group right now called NK5.
This is grandsons.
I don't know who they are.
They probably over in Korea.
They are Korean group.
Oh yeah.
New Creation is their name. Is the name?
Ah yeah, he getting that money over there.
It's a Korean group. NK5.
Cause what's the big group from over there? What's that group? BTS? What's the
BTS?
Didn't some of them have to go to like the military or something? Or they just rotating members?
Mm-hmm.
Or something? Yeah.
They Menudo.
Oh no, NK5 is not little Asian kids. They're little white kids and mixed boys together. Hold on, let me put this in the chat for you.
Are they American?
Yeah, they American. I'm gonna put this in. Y'all let me know. This is Maurice Starr's newest group.
It's like he did created a Making the Band, a new Making the Band.
Yeah, this is his kid group.
The kid group. We ain't seen a kid group since ABC.
These kids too young. I don't like this.
No, that's what I was thinking. I was like, should they even be on the road?
I don't like that. No, the new boy band is comprised of 5 very talented members, including 8-year-old Lil Red, 9-year-old GQ.
Keep in mind, people, none of these people look like these names. None of these people look like these names.
Finesse and Lil G, and 11-year-old Ice. I don't like it. I don't. And this is written in 2015. I don't like it. I don't care.
Them niggas 30 now.
I don't care. That they were like, it's one thing like if you have a group of brothers or something, or like with ABC. I mean, like
what was that? B5.
B5.
Yeah, like even with ABC, like Lil Dave was young, but they weren't. I don't like it. Yeah,
mindless behavior.
Why?
Yeah.
They're way too young. I don't like it.
All right. This is gonna be an interesting topic. So Vibe magazine did a list of the top women featured where they featured rappers, where they were featuring on the song of all time. Do we want to go through all of them or just
how many? What was it? How many?
It's 30.
It's 30.
You go through
let's do it for the people. Let's do it for the people. So number 30 is Rod Digger on Cowboys. All right, respectable. Shauna on Pussy Poppin'. 28, Cardi B on No Limit, but that's the song with G-Eazy for those people that may not be able to keep up. Queen Pen on No Diggity, the 27. Number 26, Rhapsody Complexion, which is on Kendrick Lamar's album Butterfly. Lauryn Hill on Nobody, that's this joint with Nas from 2021. Actually, low-key, this one needs to be higher, but all right. Number 24, Soleil on Who Dat. 23, Da Brat In My Bed remix from Drew Hill.
That was a good
22, Foxy Brown Bang Bang. That's the song with Capone Noriega. Missy Elliott on Cold Rocker Party with MC Light. Eve on Hot Boys. It comes in at number 20 remix. That's with Missy Elliott for those. Trina on 1 Minute Man with Missy and Ludacris. The Brat on Sock It To Me with Missy Elliott. Emil on Can I Get Her? With Jay-Z and Ja Rule. Foxy Brown on I Shot You remix. That is LL Cool J, Prodigy, Fat Joe, and Keith Murray. Vita on Put It On Me, which is her and Ja Rule.
Just know. Now listen, that is my fucking song.
Put It On Me?
Yeah, Put It On Me. Like, and when Pandora plays the version that does not have Lil Mo in the beginning of it, I almost damn near break my phone trying to hit the thumbs down button.
Gotta hear that run at the beginning.
Where would I be if I don't hear that? Nah, that is and then the lyrics that they mention that she says, like, yeah, that's exactly what y'all need to mention. It's like what she said. So I fucking loved Vita on Put It On Me. Absolutely. Like, and at 15, I can't say it should be higher or lower, but I agree it should be on the list.
Right. I'm not worried. Honestly, it's not really the rankings in this for real to me. Unless we get to the top 5, it's like it needs to be mentioned at least. These songs need to be mentioned. Mia X on Make Them Say Shout out to Mama Mia. Number 13. Lady of Rage, Stranded on Death Row, which I do believe should be higher on here. But Lady of Rage on Stranded on Death Row, that is one I do believe needs to be higher. Number 12, Nicki Minaj on Hello Good Morning remix, which is with Rick Ross and Diddy on the Dirty Money. Eve on You Got Me with The Roots. Good pick. Number 10, Left Eye You Know What's Up remix, which is her and Dino Jones. Little Kim on Quiet Storm remix with Mobb Deep.
Now here's the that's the argument. A lot of people felt that should have been higher.
I was going to say that.
What, the Lil' Kim?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of
top 5. Like
a lot of people felt that should have been higher on that. And hot damn ho, here we go. Like, so I'm not, like I said, I'll never tell you I'm the biggest Lil' Kim fan, but a good verse is a good verse.
Yeah.
That's just that. Like, no matter what I feel about anybody out there, any artist, good music is good music.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And like I said, a lot of people have argued like they don't like that. Like, not we will say that Lil' Kim appears again on this list, but they feel like this absolutely should have been higher up rather than number 9. But she's top.
To me, it should be swapped for another one. She's on here on 4. We'll get to 2. I think it should be swapped with it, if anything.
Yeah.
Number 8, Foxy Brown on Affirmative Action. That was on the Nas album. The whole firm, her, AZ, Cormega, and Nas. Mia X again on Bout It with Master P and the TRU crew. Go ahead.
So here's the thing. So you got Bout It, and you got Bout It 2, right? Mm-hmm. Both of them, she kills it. Mm-hmm. But on 2, it's like she's rapping. She's rapping, but then there's
like an echo
of like a whole other verse of her rapping. So it's like, if we gonna talk about it, like, look, you need to differentiate which one you talking about. Like, I mean, they say I'm about it, but I'd throw the second one up because, ma'am, you are rapping over yourself. You are your own background rapper. Yeah. There's a whole other verse going on with you in the background. Like, but you look. Mia, you got number 7.
It's like she recorded that verse in a cave.
Listen, congratulations, mama. Like I said, Mia X is on here twice, and I'm okay with that.
Very underrated.
And she not been mentioned.
Oh,
I was gonna be some smoke in the city.
Yeah.
Smoke in the city.
All right. Number 6, Remy Ma Annie Up remix. I can't dispute that. 5, Trina on That Nigga.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one I think it should have been swapped. Little Kim on I Can Love You, which is a dope verse. I just don't know if you mess with that Quiet Storm.
Yeah, though. Quiet Storm better. That's a better verse.
Yeah, and number 4, I would have swapped. So,
and I don't like this next one being in the top 5.
I don't either. But with Lil' Kim on I Can Love You, like, yeah, it's fine. I swap it for something else. I swap it for her verse on Another. On Life After Death. Like, that's the one Lil' Kim verse that I know by heart.
Word for word.
Word for word. Is that one. And
oh, hell. Her verse on the Benjamins.
It's one of those, I know it, but do I know it? Like, do I know it if it's not on? Can I just start singing? Like, can I just start rapping it? Like, sometimes, you need
you gotta hear it.
like, you need that, you need somebody to start you off and you can bring it in. So.
now, one of my questions with this is her verse on Get Money not considered because I guess she was in a group?
She was in the group.
She was in
yeah.
Okay.
Because it was Junior Mafia.
Yeah. But yeah, I Can Love You. No, I don't. Again, not a bad verse. Definitely not number 4. Like, it's no.
It's the line. It's the line. It's the way it comes in. Is it now you want to now you want like that run she does with the one they have the memorable lyrics. Who you want to be hugging, dipping on your neck under with Tanisha and run. Like, people like that run.
That's it, and that's that.
Number 3, which I think should be Lord. This is my only one. Is Foxy Brown on Ain't No Nigga. Which is a hard verse because it was a great way to introduce you really to Foxy Brown.
It's not a top 3.
No.
I swapped that out for her on Mia X's song Party Don't Stop.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now, I wouldn't put it at number 3, but I swapped
it should be on a list.
Yeah.
I swapped that out for that.
Then Nicki Minaj on Monster number 2, and number 1 Lil' Kim All About the Benjamins.
There's a huge argument about that.
See, I had Monster at number 1.
So there's a huge argument about, and again, like I said, regardless of how I feel about the artist, a good verse is a good verse. And I have said since we were doing ham radio that Nicki killed that verse on Monster. I've never ever denied that. I think with Lil' Kim and All About the Benjamins, I think it's the cultural impact of it.
Yeah,
I think it's the memory of it. You want to bubble with the beat? Throw a hex on your own. Like, so I think that's, and to that point, I literally, the other day, we were going somewhere and I'm like, shit, I can't figure out what I'm going to wear. I'm going to be dressed in all black like the Omen. Like, that part of it, I think that's why it gets number 1 is that cultural impact. Or even if you in the club and it comes on,
Monster.
You're waiting on, if you're in the club and they playing All About the Benjamins, you are waiting on Lil' Kim's verse. And even when Biggie's verse comes on,
that was kind of a big feature after he died, even though it's not a Biggie song.
Yes, even when they bring Big's verse on, it's still, you still kind of almost not you amped, but Lil' Kim got you there.
Yeah.
Right, like, so
they had to change the beat for Big.
There you go. That's a hard one. But it's a
The thing is that nobody's, in theory, people just don't play Monster like that. Like, it's not ubiquitous within society.
It's not they're not going to play it in the club.
It's not a single.
It's not a single. Like, it
was a single. It was a single.
It was.
They had a music video for it.
Again, what I always say, what gets played in the club?
Look, I mean, if honestly, a lot of these songs that's even behind Monster is going to be played more in the club than Monster.
Yeah, Monster doesn't get played in the club. Like, so we know it. Like, we heard the album. We was like, oh shit, like Nicki, oh my god. Like, and hell, shit, it was Adele fucking doing car karaoke and rapping it, like, and with that accent. So it's like like I said, that was definitely a standout moment for her. The fact that you out-rapped all the niggas that was on the song. You out-rapped Kanye, you out-rapped Jay and Rick Ross, right? So, like, it's 1 and 2 spots for those songs. I understand. I get it. I do get it. Because although Monster could be number 1, Lil' Kim's verse on All About the Benjamins just has a bigger cultural impact and more staying power.
So on this list, is there any that should not be on here at all? I kind of think that Cardi B on No Limit.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is that?
It's a song with her and Jeezy.
The her and Jeezy. Yeah.
Like I said, definitely some things should be swapped. I'd be like, I'd rather y'all to put this on there. Queen Pen for No Diggity. I'm like,
but it's one of those. This is the same argument going with for Benjamin's though. Like people wanted to hear, was waiting for Queen Pen verse though. Like a lot of girls were on that song when it was popping.
If
I would have put honestly, I would have put Lil Chat for Chicken Head. It's a memorable verse. Yeah, you like my outfit. Don't even fake the deal. I thought you had your girl. Yeah. Look,
always
to be on
my face. Fucking this and that.
I love it when you start making sense on this here podcast. Listen. Okay, like let's keep it a buck.
Chat has to be on this list. That's it. We have made an addition.
Lil Chat got to be on there.
A buck. Like, really. But to that point, like it's when you look at this, I mean, like as always, so women from the South, or hell, I ain't gonna say women from the South because Mia X did make it on here twice, but
Rena did too.
It's very East Coastish, but that Cardi B on No Limit, and then like I said, Queen Pen on No Diggity. I can go the rest of my life without ever hearing No Diggity again. No Diggity or Before I Let You Go.
Before I Let You Go.
For the love of God, never. I don't have to hear them ever again. Please don't. But for me, Queen Pen, like I guess my Queen Pen song is her song. Is not my jam, but I can't.
I mean, that's the only one that I see on. That's the only one is that I could give you that Queen Pen one too, but it's really that Queen Pen and that Cardi B are the only two that are glaring to me. Where it's like,
with the Brat,
I would think of a couple more Brat verses. Like I was gonna think of what's the one on the Life in 1472,
right?
But that wasn't a single though. With Don't Hate on Me.
Nigga, don't you hate on me? Why don't you go in?
You know what? These are all. I wonder if they made a rule and maybe in the background because these are all technically singles that came out.
Yeah, them all singles.
These are all singles that came. Well, no, Affirmative Action with Foxy Brown. That wasn't no single. That was just on Nas' album.
Like, and then even with the Brat, like shit on funny, when I was at getting waxed the other day, we were listening to this R&B channel that was playing all these throwback songs, and it said it was gonna play the Jumpin' Destiny's Child remix, and then I'm sitting there waiting for it to show up, and then they just played the regular version. So I'm telling my wax lady that ain't the version I was talking about. Hold on, let me pull it up.
With Bow Wow.
Bow Wow. And then, I said, and then you got the Brat. I left my man at home. Tell him, girl. So it's like, but there are so many songs that the Brat has done, even on her on Heartbreaker. Like it's a lot of stuff that I would not saying. I think it's that my life ain't complete if I ain't got no buzz and can't nobody do it. That's what they're holding on to. Again, the Brat don't lose, so let's put that out there. But I don't know if I guess it's because of those lyrics is that again the memorable, like the fact that they're using memorable lyrics, they're looking at those specific things and being like, well, this is why everybody liked this song. It's not bad. I would have thought that.
Is it the tagline you think like where he's like, oh, it's the tagline of it?
Yeah, I think it's that one line or those two lines that was like, that's what did it. Like, so I just, no, I I know.
Nah.
Like it's again, like in my bed again. It's not bad. Like I said, if anything, like no matter what, the brat needed to be on her some kind of way.
Yeah.
Period.
Soccer to me is good enough though to me. Soccer to me is a hard verse.
Yeah. Ooh, soccer to me. Like it is. So it's a. But even Trina on 1 Minute Man, no. I don't.
Trina's on here a lot more than she should be, to be honest.
Trina's on there 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Trina with or 1 Minute Man, no. Now,
Right.
Nan nigga, Trina told us we didn't know Nan ho, and she was right. Did not at all. Emil, yeah, can I get it? Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, that works, but I just don't. I definitely would remove 1 Minute Man, Trina's verse on 1 Minute.
I mean, if you talk about Anna Smith from the South, China White on Be a remix.
Yeah.
Nigga, listen,
Yeah,
China White don't suck no dick, so lick no nuts. I'm sitting at home like, talk your shit, bitch.
Hey, low key. That China White on Be a remix.
Talk it.
China White.
I'm gonna shake this ponytail off fucking around with her. Like, I love that. Like it when she comes at China White, don't suck no dicks or lick no nuts. Talk to him. He's like, what you know about that no dose and coffee?
No dose and coffee.
Looking 40. Like trying to figure out. Man, listen. That's where is she at? Why China White ain't on here?
That's no. I mean, that needs like that's now I'm thinking about. That's actually criminal that she's not on there for that verse. And that was a single, but they ain't got no excuse on that one. That was a single. It was a big single.
It's 17 versions of Be a.
Yeah, all of them.
From Biatch.
And if people forget that it's originally Too Short song.
It's called Bitch.
It's 50 versions. You little punk motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like that's and people don't even hear that version anymore. You don't even hear that one, and then the next one is Be a.
Be a for the radio. with Ludacris.
The radio. You're just a biatch. Bitch.
With Luda.
Like that's it was never Be a. Then it became Be a.
For the radio.
For Be a check in.
And then okay, wait a minute. We done made the radio version, y'all fucking with it. Here's a remix for you. So since you like it so much, we're gonna play it again. Yep. There is no reason why China White should not be.
Hey, I got another one. That's a criminally Sugar T on Sprinkle Me.
Yeah.
Oh, bada boom.
Sugar T on Sprinkle Me.
Yeah.
Sugar T on Sprinkle
Sugar
Me.
T.
Sugar.
That's my sister.
Come on, right? Here comes the top.
Hey.
Here I be. Click out big Sugar T from the V.
China White and Sugar T.
Always down for the job. All right, bruh.
Sugar T and China White need to be on this list. The real hip hop, y'all listening to real rap heads, y'all know we are right.
Were made.
Yeah.
Trina and me will be on here 3 times at all. She could be on here once for Nan nigga. That's what I'm cool with.
Yeah. To throw China White in there.
You know what? I'd rather y'all use Trina for her verse on What Means the World to Me on a remix.
Yeah. That was a good verse.
Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting about that remix.
Nigga, can't you tell I'm bad as hell? Even my pussy smell like Chanel. I was like, ooh.
Who was it? Her Bun B?
Her Pimp. What mean the world Pimp?
Pimp,
So Pimp was on there too.
Pimp was on there too. Okay. I can't heard that remix. So
wait, guess who? Let me write it down so I remember to listen to it later on.
Yeah. I mean, and for our young listeners, go listen. I'm telling you, Sugar T.O. Sprinkle Me. Please do yourself a favor and go check that out with her and her brother E40. I think that song's got to be. It's over 30 years old now, ain't it?
It's right at 30. It's right at 30. 95.
Sugar. Yeah, that's me. That's my sister. You know my name. Oh shit. Oh, take me back, Lord.
I mean, if it wasn't a feature, her verse on Hurricane 2 is my shit too.
Yeah.
Like, take me back to the 90s.
Yeah. All right. Next up. So Don, we're gonna go back to Don Robinson for a second, everyone. People have circled back to her. She's defended herself from us as accusers from our last episode. She says she's decided to live in her car because that is a style of living.
It is. It is. It absolutely is.
But I would like to push back to Miss Don Robinson. That's not the way you presented it to us. You presented it to us as if you were in like a situation and you needed help. It wasn't like, hey,
I'm straight home.
Yeah, I'm doing a new alternative lifestyle. I decided to kind of live out my car and do it this way. And this is why. Not, hey, y'all, guess what? I'm living in my car. I said,
oh my God, I can't believe I said that. Oh my God, it's been 3 years and I'm like, I just feel so good to tell you guys that I've been living in my car.
That sounds like you were in like a situation you were embarrassed about.
Because you didn't say anything for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to live that car life, if anything, out of immediate, like if, again, there's literally an audience for that. There are people who are living that car life who, and then maybe she didn't want that to become her brand, but I would have let it be my brand of living my car life and how I navigate throughout my day and how I do all these things, because there are influencers out there who are literally making that choice so that they can, and like, I hate to bring up Gabby Petito and what happened with her, but her decision was to live that van life, travel the world or travel the States and all of that, and be able to talk with, about nature, all this other shit. She could, that may not have been what she wanted to do, but you not saying anything for 3 years makes it seem like you were embarrassed by it. Like, it wasn't like, it's weird. But I'm very glad you're bringing up this topic, because me and my other best friend, Brandon, literally had this conversation like 2 days ago about this. So he's like, have you seen what Don said? No. So he filled me in and I'm like, oh, great. We're going to talk about it today.
So she has some other thoughts as well about her rejoining En Vogue. So we're going to go into that real quick.
This is the specific conversation.
All right, hold on. There's another part, everybody. So just hold on.
And that's the tea. What she ain't said shit wrong. Born to Sing, Funky Divas, the first 2 albums, all the En Vogue songs that we know and love, Dawn was on, right? She was either singing lead, second verse, something like that. Then Dawn leaves the group in 97 and you got EV3 that came out. I personally could not name an EV3 song. There are probably people that can.
I don't think there are anyone that can. There's
right. There may be someone that can. So yes, they have continued to have albums since then. And as she even said, she's like, I don't have anything against Rona at all. She's always been very nice to me. She's never said anything crazy to me. I don't have a problem with her. But our fans are coming to see us perform our hits. And those hits come from those first 2 albums. Ain't nobody coming to hear what the hell y'all sang on what is this album, Soul Flower in 2004, right? Like, there may be someone, but if you tell me En Vogue is going on tour, and I'm like, who all going? Like, who all gonna be there, right? And it's like, not saying again, I don't have anything against Rona. Or as I told Brandon, I said, I didn't know the girl's name was Rona until you just said her name. I didn't know what her name was, but I fully understand what she's saying.
Yeah.
I fully understand what the hell that she is saying. That how.
But how do you balance that though? You can't shit on Rona like that either, though. Too, you know what I mean? You can't shit on Rona like that either.
No,
like,
and then so to that point. So what I said to Brandon was, I said, well, can they figure out a 5-part harmony or something to include her, or have her come out for certain songs and not for other songs? So think of it this way, right? If you have a Destiny's Child tour, do you just have the 3 or do you have the 5?
4.
There's 5.
Shout out to that clip. Your clip of Michelle that keeps on giving.
There are 5. So you got the 3, you have the current 3, and you have LaToya and LaTavia. We're not talking about Farrah. I didn't say 6.
I know that. I said 4.
So the 5, right? Can you do it with the 5? Because
4. I said 4, Stacey. 4.
Who you leaving out?
He's leaving LaTavia out. He's leaving LaTavia out. That's what he's leaving out. Because LaToya, the thing is, LaToya
got a career. She had a
there
few
you go. That's why he's leaving. That's why he's leaving LaTavia out. But. Again,
do the catering. Maybe we do that. She's got the catering.
So again, on the first 2 albums, it is the original 4, right? Michelle came in, but that album was already done by the time Michelle came in.
She was just in the video.
And we know that because the first video has the original 4, and then all of a sudden they not there no more. There's a switch up. Like, wait, who is this?
The Say My Name is the first one, right? That they
Bills.
No, I thought that they switched up.
Bills is the original 4.
The original 4.
And then by Say My Name is when you see, wait, where's LaToya and LaTavia? Because at first it takes you a second to trip off of it.
Because you think they models or something.
Yes. You just think these are dancers. Like, these are other dancers. And then it's like, well, wait, this group getting smaller and smaller, ain't it? So, but to that point, when and the other party, so again, that's just 2 albums. But then after that, once you have Survivor and everything else after that, yes, you do need Michelle flat out. That's why I said you can't do the Destiny Child tour without Michelle. It's impossible. You cannot. Let me say this. On that video, people are so pissed at me about that. The disrespect of LaTavia and LaToya. What song did they sing lead on?
And LaToya was only making it because she could do her solo stuff. I'm just being.
No, but I think there is a song, and I have to double check this. I want to say on the first album, there is a song that LaToya does sing a verse. I have to confirm this. I have to double check. I do believe that. But to that point, it wasn't a single.
And it's nothing that's like you want to perform it. It's not like
so it's like it's on the album. So for their singles, Kelly and Beyonce sang lead. By the time that it was just 3 of them, all 3 of them had a verse that they did. Michelle brought it on home with her bridges. So you can do it. So to bring it back to En Vogue, we know everybody can sing, but the first 2 albums are what we all know and love. When we think of En Vogue, those are the songs that we are singing and we are talking about. Again, I don't know anything once Dawn left. I don't know any song that Rona has sang. And again, there are people who I'm sure do. I'm still not going to that concert.
No, you're exactly correct. I'm just saying, but I'm just trying to figure out where is the compromise in this?
There has to be a compromise though, because there is that point of, well, Rona's been with the group for 13 years. And now you're saying that she can't come on the tour. So it's
similar to Boys II Men to a certain extent, where Boys II Men was like, dude, we got a 3-part harmony now.
Mike
was more time. You haven't been in the group.
All he did was talk.
It wasn't just that.
He said all he did was talk. They got somebody on bass that's able to replace.
They just hired a bass.
It's been 3 of them longer than it was 4 of them, even though he was there for the hits.
But that's what I'm going to back to what Stacey said. But that's the rub. And they were like, they're trying to. We talked about they're trying to reunite with Mike, but it's like, dude, we've been doing this trio thing since 2000.
This was like 25 years.
Yeah. So where's the compromise in this is the thing. I don't know if there is not necessarily an answer. I do think
hey, imagine Woody coming back to like, hey, you got a spot for me.
It's already 30, but it's already 30 people in Blue already.
They got a JV team. Drew Hill got a varsity and a JV team.
Holy shit!
Hey, they do, because it's about they could be like, "Hey, you can't make it. That's cool. We'll bring in Woody.
We'll bring up Bronny from the G League."
So do they maybe? I don't even know what you.
Everybody can't be New Edition.
No, but I'm just. But I don't even. I don't think there's. I don't know if it's a right answer for this. To be honest,
it is. Like I said, I don't think it's fair to not have Rona on tour. However, I also, again, unless you guys can figure out a 5-part harmony or have her come out for the newer songs. But again, we're not paying for the new shit.
Don't nobody pay to hear the new songs.
We pay to hear old shit.
Especially on the older acts. We don't want to hear the new songs.
Yeah. Ain't nothing worse than an artist trying to show some new music on a fucking concert.
I got something new for y'all. Y'all want to hear it? And everybody just sit down.
I'm working on something new, and I know I ain't released an album in 20 years.
But if you're talking about that, has it ever worked with like that for a song with you all?
There's somebody debuted something at the concert,
and then you were like, "Oh shit!" And then you end up like, "Oh, this shit's ended up being fire." Like,
well, you know what? So.
I say J Electronica for me.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Tyrone with Erykah Badu.
So that was live.
Wasn't that the first time that was?
She had never performed.
That's the only version I know is the live version.
I think that's the only version that actually gets played is that version.
There is no other version.
I think it's the only version.
It's on a live album. It's on Erykah Badu live.
So I think, and then she was like, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. I'm trying something new. So and I think when we heard that at the time, we didn't trip off of it. But that may be the only person or one of the only times that it worked. But again, it was one song.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so dope that it was like Eric, you got the audience participation with it. Like when she starts off, I'm getting tired of your shit. Everybody
crowd into it, like, ooh, okay. Tell me more.
Yes. You don't never buy me nothing. And there's women in the audience, talk that shit down. So
I am Dom with the Uncaped Mama podcast. What can you expect on the Uncaped Mama podcast? Well, one, you can expect me talking about all types of topics related to motherhood and parenting. So things like, things I've already talked about here, right, are going through loss and experiencing loss and rebuilding your relationship with yourself. I've talked about child support and all the issues surrounding that. I'll talk about money and finances. I've talked about self-care for parents. I will have myself, I'll have guests. I will have funny and light topics and also some more serious topics. My goal here is for moms to take their capes off, be okay with the good, bad, and the in-between that comes with motherhood, and to be able to shape your journey the way that works best for you and your children. You are unique. You are different. There's lots of advice out there and a lot of information you can process. And my goal is for you to determine what works best for you. So that is the purpose of the Uncaped Mama podcast. That is what you will see here. Make sure to like, subscribe, listen, follow, engage with me. I would love to connect with you, and I'll see you on the next.
Wait a minute, this nigga. This people probably broke up that night because I'm sure it was women in the audience there with their man, and she bought the goddamn ticket. Write
I
that
know.
down. I'm sure he's like.
Thought they was finna be on some spiritual healing shit. Here she comes singing Tyrone.
So, like I said, I think that's one of the few times that works. But there's nothing worse than going to see an artist and they want to bring out some new shit. Sir, I paid this money to hear the songs that I know and can sing along to. Nobody came here to listen to your
like
new shit.
When we went to see Usher, he eased in some of the new, but it was the stuff that's already on the radio. What's the song? The Good. Like he was like easing in a couple of the new songs, but then he'll go back to the hits.
He was like, they ain't feeling this. Let me go.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think when we saw Big Crit in St. Louis. You know what? He had a mixtape that had like just dropped. Like
Return of Forever.
We talking about, like you said, Stacey. I just got out the studio and we'll finish this up. I want to try it out on you.
Right. It's like, well, when I say like just dropped, like let's say the concert was Thursday, the mixtape dropped like on Tuesday. Like it was like back to back. So, but he also didn't lead with that. But like it's kind of like, so he was able to do it, but at least the mixtape had dropped on that piff.
Yeah.
So at least you had 48 hours to at least hear it, So again, that wasn't all of it, but yeah.
Or do they do certain dates maybe with this, Stacey, for the En Vogue thing? Maybe they do certain dates with all 5, and some dates with just 4, for you can still have that iconic feel. So let's say you only do LA, Atlanta, New York for the 4 and the Bay, because they from the Bay, and you do those 4 cities with the only 4. The other 20 cities is a 5-part harmony.
And what about when they come? It's gonna be fucked up when they hit Tacoma, Washington.
Rona is gonna go full Cinderella.
Oh shit! Oh damn. Okay.
Wait till they hit that East Coast run.
I'm saying, like we all know with the Cinderella shit of like them getting their money and Cinderella being like, well, what about me? And it's like, girl, you wouldn't. This is
a contractor. You're not in some.
Girl, you spin records.
Like, girl, this is our money from Herbie. This ain't your money. This is our money, and they ain't been right since.
Yep.
So
we don't know. Because she doesn't tour with them. She doesn't perform with them now. This is
before COVID.
They ain't been right for a long. Like I said, once she
just do her own solo gigs.
That when, like I said, when they finally got their money, and Sam was like, well, okay, well, all right, we dividing it 3 ways. Like they're like, no,
what money?
What money? Like, no, this is ours. Like, but to be fair, like, it's not yours. Like, this was what they did from that old out, but yeah, I don't know what the compromise is. So essentially, we ain't never gonna have no En Vogue reunion tour.
Plus, we got to do what happened at the All-Star game where Max came back,
and I didn't even know Max had left. I thought Dawn was the only one that had left.
Hey, she had a touring group of her own set of En Vogue girls. Like En Vogue to the max.
Oh, they like the Temptations.
Yes,
and the Temptations review.
Yep. And she had 3 other new girls with her touring because she said I own the name because I think she owned the name and it was like another dispute in court over who owns the name En Vogue. So she was able to tour under En Vogue to the max.
Man, do y'all think it's gonna be like well, they already getting older, but like how the Temptations is like say like when they already set it up with Drew Hill. Like when members start dying, they just start replacing them with younger. Like all the members of the Temptations, like they in their 40s, except for Otis.
Yeah, Temptations are a legacy now, right? So they're a legacy group of like you can just replace. There's gonna be no Temptations, like you said, Scott.
Just swap them out.
It's the reality is that they I mean, luckily, the Temptations ain't trying to create no new shit. Like, imagine going to that old school, that Mother's Day, old school
Mother's Day R&B jam.
The Mother's Day R&B concert. And here comes Temptation. Otis talking about some, we got something new for you. we've been working on something new, and
I've been in the studio with my brother Smokey.
It's like, sorry, we did not. Everybody's like, girl, what is this song?
Smokey been putting that pen to the paper.
Listen, people in them handicap chairs and them scooters gonna get their ass the hell up out of there so damn quick. Because I did not come here for that. I came here to listen to my girl. I don't know what the hell this is that y'all doing. I don't know nothing about that. Like, no, people. Like, look, I think sometimes artists forget that. Like, we came for the songs that we know. We didn't come for your new shit.
And I see, speaking of the legacy too, I see what Chaka Khan,
Gladys Knight,
Patti LaBelle, Stephanie Mills off in the tour.
I saw that. I did see that.
Is that tour complete?
That's the question. I saw that.
I wasn't on the docket, but we're gonna wrap up in a minute. We might as well finish it off with this topic. So go ahead.
Listen to me.
That tour finish.
Look, Chaka Khan does not know the words to her songs.
Yes, thank you.
And this is
get mad when other people sing it.
And
he was mad at Stephanie Mills did that verses, remember?
She's consistently upset. Chaka Khan gets on the internet once every 6 months to tell y'all why she hates somebody else for what they did with her songs. Every 6 months she get on to complain. Okay, she's like the female Aries Spears. Okay, like get on and just be up. I'm upset. I'm angry. But Chaka Khan does not know the words to her songs, and she has proven this on several occasions. Whose funeral was it? Was it Aretha's funeral? Whose funeral was it?
It's Aretha's.
Whoever's funeral it was. She had a fan. And in that fan was the lyrics to the song. Where's my fan at? It's not in here. It's in the other room. But if I had my fan, I'll show you exactly how she did it. But the fan was open, and in there she had the lyrics to the song. And there was another one another performance that she was at, and she kind of had the lyrics somewhere else. She does not remember the lyrics to her songs. And that's an issue. Like, especially for me, I mean, let me say this. Think of Stevie Wonder's discography, right? Like, the man has hit after hit after hit after hit, right? But at your concert, don't you make your goddamn set list? Yeah. You make your set list, right? Mm-hmm. So you know what songs you're going to sing. Yeah. And so you at least, for your hits, the ones that you know you're going to sing, I'm going to need you to know them damn words to.
Hold on. She said she'd be surprised. Like, are we doing Sweet Thing?
Oh shit! Oh, I'm a. You cannot stay. And he put the microphone out to the crowd.
Y'all know it.
Y'all know it. Sing along if you know the words.
Sing that shit.
Sing along if you know the words. Whoa. Don't you know?
I ain't keep on the saying that Chaka Khan comes there with not knowing her own set list.
And the thing I want to say that what the fuck was this? Whatever song it was, I had to look at my Facebook post because I remember posting and being like, "Y'all got to be shitting me." Chaka Khan don't know the fucking words of this song, and like I was losing my mind laughing about it. But I don't think it was her song that she was singing. But the point is, if they invited you to sing, to do a musical selection on the funeral program, I need you to learn the words or like choose the song. I don't know, but I'll be damned. Like, I promise, whoever gets up and sings at my funeral, if you fuck up and don't know the words, I'm getting up out the casket and be like, now you know. Now why? Like, I was gonna like just get up and just look at you.
Like, you know damn well.
Like, you know damn well. Like, like no. Or I know. Well, actually, I know Brandon will get up. We'll have them removed. We'll have them like randomly get up and be like, nope, stop, nope.
I mean, she got hits. I mean, she has tons of hits. I mean,
she absolutely does. But again, you know your set list.
Yeah.
Like you're not surprised. They aren't just playing songs and they're like, okay, we're gonna play this one next, and hopefully she figure it out. No, you have practiced.
They got rehearsals.
Right, there were rehearsals, weren't there? You did sound checks, rehearsals, you practiced with the band. We've literally seen videos of Michael Jackson getting ready for concerts and telling people, I just want you to, play it the way that I wrote it. That's all, and I say that nothing with love, LOVE. Like they know, like there's no way that you don't know what you're going to be singing. All right. So it's Patti gonna take them shoes off. It's gonna be a lot that's gonna happen. It's gonna be
Stephanie Mills gonna be the person who's gonna have to make sure everybody stay in order.
All right, Gladys.
Yep. They're gonna be like, Chaka, a little late, y'all. Stephanie, can you go out there? I got it. Man,
but I can tell you right now, though, that craft services table, that food in the back.
That's low key, that might be worth the VIP experience just to go
get the catering.
Listen, we already know Patti can cook.
Patti gonna be after she gonna change clothes. She gonna be in like a little jumpsuit, like a tracksuit. That. And she's like, "Come on, baby, I got these pies."
Listen, between we already know Patti can cook. The shit, Gladys Knight gonna have chicken and waffles.
I forgot. Yes, she do have a restaurant. Yep, I forgot about her.
My question for you all, we're getting ready to wrap up. Won't take us too far. Would this tour have happened if Aretha Franklin was still alive? Could we have got Aretha Franklin along with them?
Fuck no.
Don't fuck with Patti.
Fuck no.
She don't fuck with like Patti or
I thought it was just Patti.
She don't fuck with Patti.
It's Patti, but I thought it was somebody else she didn't fuck with.
Gladys Knight?
I don't think she has anything against Gladys, but she definitely don't fuck with Patti.
It's that interview. Who she say? Adele wears nice gowns.
Did she say that about Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift, yeah.
She's like a nice gown. So she said they said Alicia Keys. She was like a talented piano player.
Yeah,
great songwriter. Like Taylor, and like even with Whitney, she was like Whitney was a talent. Like she definitely gave Whitney her flowers. She's like Taylor Swift. She's like Taylor Swift. Beautiful gowns,
ball gowns,
beautiful gowns, and that is some shit to say when they're asking.
There's a list of all her beefs.
Aretha
Luther Vandross is on here. She has beef with. She had beef with Luther Vandross, Mariah Carey, Dionne Warwick was the one I was thinking about. She didn't like Dionne Warwick, along with Patti LaBelle.
Yeah. So there was an internet, and I actually need to go back and rewatch all of them. It was called To Be Real, and it was this woman and this guy, and they had made all of these videos just kind of showing all the old divas. Beyonce, I think, was on there, like around all of them, but it was kind of like they were just these skits of all of them getting into it. But Dionne Warwick would call Aretha Hate Retha. Okay, here come Hey Retha. And so at the time, I'm like you're laughing at it, but I didn't realize that there really was beef. Like,
I didn't realize I was in my 30s.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they were really.
And Tina Turner to that too. She's mad. She's mad at Tina Turner too. Because they were saying she was the queen of rock and roll. She said she ain't the little quote. She ain't the queen of nothing. Queen of soul.
I know they hated Tina when she came back winning all them Grammys.
That's what she's mad about.
Yeah.
Listen, at some point you just get old and hate everything, and I'm getting to that point. I am absolutely getting to that point of being old and just not liking shit.
Old and grumpy.
Just old and grumpy. And the other day I started working on my list of people that have betrayed me, and I'll be dropping it soon. And so, look, Kanye dropped his list. I'm dropping mine. Like just making this list of people that
right? We got the Drakeopolis too, right? The 50 show the Drakeopolis.
Right, like yeah. So yeah, apparently, like all the people, companies that have betrayed me. Look, Sprint is going on there. Front Door, Leeson, B. Arthur, everybody. I'm just
Ameren, Leclerc.
Like all of everybody. Like the list is. I'm building the list as I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Spectrum 2.
All right. Where can everybody hit you up, Stacey?
I mean, look, all my pages are up. I may not be active on them, but you can find me on Instagram. Really, you know what? Threads, because I'm kind of spending more time on Threads than anything else. So Stacey Adams, Stacey with the E, Adams with the Z. Twitter is a horrible place. Like
I deleted my Twitter like a couple years ago.
Like let me say, I have 3 Twitter accounts. So I have the Stacey Adams one, which is the OG one. I have the one that was kind of like the professional one. And then I have my smut Twitter account that don't nobody know about, where I go look at smut. Mm-hmm. So that's my business.
That's your burner.
I literally was on there today looking at something that Eli Manning had posted. It was the picture of him, Serena, Caitlin Clark, and the lady who was the black woman who's an owner of one of the teams. I can't think of what her name is. It's gonna drive me crazy. But either way, the comments underneath Eli's post, like Eli says, statistically, I'm bringing down the winning average of the people in this photo, right? So he's poking fun at himself and highlighting these women. And
he's the only white guy.
he is the only white guy. But like I said, Caitlin Clark is there, but the comments underneath it were, I'm like, holy shit, like, oh my God. Like,
he couldn't even represent those women. He couldn't even.
It was like, they like, oh, you such a simp and blah, blah. You ain't got a simp for these women. Or that's I only see, I see 2 women and 2 men, because of course people love to say the Serena's a man. And then, so it's, yeah, my Twitter is still up. That one, but I'm not there. I cannot.
Scott, where can people hit you up at, man?
Man, find me on Instagram at Cool Ass Scott, and then in the 90s group all day, every day.
This in the 90s group. Come on through, and we will be back. Appreciate y'all. Peace.